Welcome back. I'm Brandonppr, and what you're about to hear isn't just a new idea in physics. It's a new way of seeing everything. It's about replacing isolated objects with interaction, equations with evolution. It's about trading the cold mechanics of force and mass for something more alive. It's called RLFlow. And once you see the world through it, you can't unsee it. Let me take you to the mouth of a canyon at sunrise. The air is cool. A river snakes through the valley below, gliding in silence, until it hits a narrow channel. Suddenly the water surges, forming rapids, twisting into white foam. Rocks aren't being pushed, they're being reshaped, carved over time. Nothing is stationary, everything is adapting. That, my friends, is work in motion. Now imagine if every interaction in the universe, from the whirlpool to the cell in your body, was governed by this same creative strain. Not by objects pushing objects, but by flows merging, shifting, doing. That's the RLFlow model. And when it comes to work, it redefines it not as a force times distance, but as an act of cosmic reconfiguration. You've probably heard the textbook definition: work equals force times distance. Push a box. It moves. You did work. But let's be honest, that picture is dead. It's mechanical, like gears grinding in an old clock. It tells you nothing about the richness, the tension, the artistry of what's really happening. RLFlow asks, what if that box and your muscles and the air between them were all made of moving, breathing, adaptive flows? Then work isn't just pushing, it's a meeting of flow fields. It's two rivers colliding and swirling into something new. It's not just about what moved, it's about how the pattern changed. In classical physics, force is an outsider. It acts on objects. But in RLFlow, force is the handshake between flows. Imagine two whirlpools spinning next to each other, one stronger, one weaker. As they draw near, the stronger one tugs the other off course, altering its velocity, pulling it into a new path. That interaction, the tug, the twist, the realignment, is work. Work is what happens when resonance meets resistance, and a new path is carved. The RLFlow equation for work. Work in RLFlow is the energy exchanged when two flows reshape each other. We measure it not by how far something moves, but by how much a flow's velocity and resonance shift during the interaction. It's calculated by this elegant expression. That's not just math, it's movement, strain, and co-creation. One flow doesn't simply shove another. They converge, press, exchange, and transform. Imagine a violinist drawing a bow across a string. You hear a note. In physics, the bow does work by moving the string. But in RLFlow, something much deeper happens. The bow is one flow. The string is another. The friction between them isn't just a push. It's a resonance transfer. The vibration builds. Energy moves. A sound is born. Work, in this sense, isn't a transaction. It's a song. A co-authored ripple through the field. And just like in music, timing, intensity, and harmony matter. Why does it matter how we define work? Because we've spent centuries thinking of the universe as machinery, boxes and pulleys, bits and bobs, shoves and slides. But the universe isn't a machine. It's a living system of flows. When we redefine work, we start to see that every act of change, every storm, every heartbeat, every chemical reaction is a kind of conversation between flows. It's not just objects doing things to each other. It's patterns adapting in real time. Work becomes the creative strain that shapes the universe, over time, through resistance, with grace. We've lost the poetry of physics. Somewhere along the way, We swapped rivers for rectangles and resonance for equations on a chalkboard. But RLFlow gives us that poetry back. It tells us that work is not mechanical. It's evolutionary. It tells us that when flows interact, they don't just move, they become something else. They leave each other changed. So next time you lift a glass, bend your arm, or feel the wind press against your face, remember, you're not just doing work, you're dancing with the fabric of the cosmos. And the cosmos is dancing back.